Coach, if you'll open us up with an open statement about the week, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Well, I usually don't speak for everybody, but I think everybody sitting at the table is glad that it's game week. So I think everybody would be in agreement, right, guys? It's finally we get to play somebody else. So it's just good to, you go through fall camp and a whole off season. You're just, ready to get to this point, and we're ready to play and can't wait to, play on the venue of a Thursday night game at Burgess Snow Field. I think it's going to be an electric type atmosphere. We got to play, one night game last year during the playoffs, the Friday night game against Charleston Southern, and it was an awesome atmosphere. So I can't wait to see our crowd. And just everything goes along with the game day at our place on Thursday night. And playing a in-state Old Gulf South rivalry in UNA, they're going to bring a lot of folks. It's going to be a big time game, and like I said, it'll be a lot of fun. So I like where our football team's at right now. Depth wise, we're in good shape. Injury wise, we've had a few during camp, but for the most part, we're a pretty healthy team for this point in time of where we're at. So like I said, just can't wait to watch these guys play and show all the, the hard work it's went to getting to this point in time and see kind of where we're at. You think by scrimmaging each other and you kind of see, but I'm sure there's a lot of things that we're going to need to work on. But to get to play and kind of gauge where we're at, it's going to be a good thing. And to have a great opponent coming in like UNA is to start the season off with and get the season kicked off with is going to be quite a task. They're a team that I believe is picked to win their conference or right top of their conference. Will be in the national championship talks. Going in the playoffs at the D2 level. So it's not just any D2 team. And I say this, at any level, if you're playing an upper tier team at that classification, then it's going to be a dang good ball game. And there's good and bad teams at each level. And like I said, they're one of the best at the D2 level. So we got our work cut out for us. And, we go back to, what we talk daily about. It's all about how we play. We don't really, look at who we play, but it's how we play. So I'm interested to see how we play on Thursday, but excited to get the season started off.
You and the seniors 2013 game, you were here a part of that. Have you talked about that? Do you use that in preparing for this one?
Man, that makes us all sound old. And I know they don't want to hear that because they're not old. They're still young. But how time flies, man, to experience, to me personally, just, being a part of these young men's lives and kind of watching, where they were, almost 4 years ago now to the men they've grown into. Boy, it just, swells my heart up, makes me have a lot of pride about, our program and what we do. But we got guys like this in it that represent our program, in every way, in a first class, character way. And like I said, they is all like sons to me to see, them grow up and become men. It makes me really proud. But it's been a fun ride, and this fall is going to be a lot of fun. But it's hard to believe these guys are sitting here and are seniors. It's hard to believe it's been that long ago. But it's been a lot of fun times, a lot of great memories.
John, at what point during preseason practice did you get away from doing as much general work to focusing on UNA, and how do you strike a balance between getting stuff done just for the season but preparing for that opening game?
Well, typically, your first opponent, you're going to put a lot more, preseason work into than any other game just because naturally it's the first game. And, you got to start with it. So you got a lot more time than, 4 or 5 days, prep, when you're playing, somebody the very next week after a Saturday game. So there's a lot more time there. So, time is a deal where you put a lot more emphasis on that. But we started working them last week, and we worked them some this summer. We always, in a summer breakdown, even a spring breakdown, we work our conference opponents as well as our 4 non-conference folks. So, from a standpoint of all 3 phases of the game, we try to do that. So, to say that we've worked on them a lot, we have worked on them a lot. But it is that opener, and it's very, very important. And you got a lot of time to be able to do that. But we don't pay too much attention to, like I said, it goes back to not who we play, but how we play. But like I said, you gotta break your opponent down, know what you're facing schematically, and that's been the main thing.
John, what has surprised you, maybe who has surprised you in preseason?
All these guys surprise me daily how they do their job. Just like yesterday, he's talking about. I ain't been able to tell what day it was this weekend. I mean, from Friday, Saturday to Sunday, I couldn't told you if it was a Wednesday or a Monday or what it was. It just none of the days felt the same. With this Thursday opener, it's kind of threw your schedule off. It's a little different. So we've never done that before, really, in opening on a Thursday. So of course, you had practice this weekend, but going back to yesterday's practice, it's amazing to watch these guys work and just how they handle their business. It's not a lot of bells and whistles to it. It's not they just do the job. I mean, they got their nose to the grindstone. They got their head down. They're working. They're not distracted, and they get the job done. There's not a lot of hype in that. There's not a lot of they just get it done, and it's pretty neat to watch them practice in the way they work and the way they carry themselves. But I think I would say as a group collectively is the depth on our football team. When you look at our special teams and, you're doing a dress list and you're doing a hotel list and you go, man, that guy's got to be in there. That guy's got to be in there. So there's this depth all over our football team and a lot of guys that can play, and that's really good because you're going to be a deep football team, which a deep football team, stays fresh. So I wouldn't point to one particular guy that has stood out, but collectively a group just, committed to, the journey and committed to excellence. And they're just doing a good job of doing that right now. And if we stay focused on that, I can't wait to see us play in December going into playoffs.
For the players, since class started, has the atmosphere been a little bit different around campus? Have people asked you more about football than, say, maybe last year, especially considering how last season ended and how much everybody enjoyed it?
Oh, yes. I mean, everywhere I go, everybody's talking about football, talking about UNA and the games ahead. But it's a crazy atmosphere. Last year around this time, everybody was hyped, but it's just different now, especially how we played last year. Everybody just want to see how we're gonna be this year, and just like the students, we can't wait to play. Just like they want to see us play. All the fans around town, everybody just waiting for Thursday.
Oh, yeah. Like you said, Thursday night is going to be a real fun night for everybody around campus. And we're excited. The fans are excited. Fan Day was a success, so we had a lot of people come out. And we're excited to see and ready for this season.
Just to add on to what they're saying, yeah, it has been different around class and throughout school. People more talking about the football program, what we've done, how last season ended, and us preparing for this next season. So it has been a lot more hype around our football program.
It too, Jaylen?
Oh, yes, definitely. What they're saying is correct. Everybody's excited. The whole town is excited. The community is behind us. And they're ready to watch us play, and we're ready to play.
And you can't wait to see our fans. I mean, it's just, you have Fan Day, and then we did I think it's Zen Park in Anniston, a little pep rally deal on Saturday night. I think these guys, they had to ice their wrist down from signing autographs. So all the lines were about 2 hours long, so you can't wait to see our fans. We have, I think, the best fans in the country, and you can't wait to see them on Thursday night, and everybody's really, really excited about it.
I think when we met you, when you first came back, you said something about the loss to North Dakota State might have rebooted this team better than anything. Did that carry over in the fall practice? Are you still really seeing the evidence of that?
I do. I mean, and I think it's just we've had that for several years in our program of what we're working for and where we're going to get to, and it's just a proof that there's not but one team that's happy at the end of a playoff system, and there's just we wasn't happy the way it ended, and it's been the same type drive I seen last year as far as get beat in the second round by Sam Houston, and that drive we had had to get back to and better ourselves and kind of redeem ourselves. So I've seen that drive from our guys, coming back, and when we started workouts back in February, and ready to go. So, like I said, it's just going to be fun to get back on the field and play again, and then that kind of all goes away because, these guys understand, our team understands it's a day in, day out routine and how you handle your business, and they've been doing a great job of that, and they're very, very focused on that. But like I said, it's just going to be good to play somebody else and get back into a game and start playing, and that's when you have a lot of fun. It's these guys are looking forward to it.
John, you mentioned ago you're pretty healthy coming out of camp. Just an update on the guys who were nicked up a little bit and missed some time.
Everybody we've got is in the lineup. We have lost one guy for the year is Earl Calloway. You always hate that, about our game. It was on a non-contact, deal. It was off of a plant cut running a route. Going back on Earl, had a great freshman year. Then he had some, foot problems. He had surgery on both feet. Thought he might not ever play again. And so you kind of hurt by him having another injury because he had done an excellent job of working himself back to getting to play and just put so much time in. To get to that point and to see him have a season-ending deal with the ACL deal during camp was it hurt our football team too because he was starting at X and going to have a great year and set up to have a great year. I don't think these guys probably attribute to that. I don't know that we got a harder worker on our team than Earl, and I'm not a guy that our guys pull for more than him. So we hurt because he's hurt, and like I said, that's the only major injury we have at this time. Everybody else should be in the lineup playing.
Do you pull back a little bit on how you use Josh in this game?
I don't know. We'll see. We got a lot of folks that's got typical a slight pulled hamstring here and there and things like that. You just got to get into the game and see how they're performing that day and kind of how they feel. So that'll be a game time deal of how that all goes.